welcome to Distant Lightning. Last night, our boys had their third round-robin game against the Philadelphia Flyers. And ultimately, unfortunately, Tampa lost 4-1, which means we end up the second seed in the playoffs. And we'll play either the Toronto Maple Leafs or the Columbus Blue Jackets. Those two teams play tonight, Sunday, and the winner plays Tampa. The winner of Tampa or the Flyers would play the Montreal Canadiens, right? How you drew it. So the loser, so whoever was going to come in second seed, which did end up being us, would play either the Maple Leafs or the Blue Jackets. And I was thinking of the Blue Jackets, and I was like, oh no, please don't make it the Blue Jackets. You know, we don't want to repeat what happened last year. Once the game was finished and I realized, okay, well, we're going to play the Maple Leafs or the Blue Jackets. If we play the Maple Leafs, I was thinking, well, that would be a fun series to watch. All right, two just amped up offensive teams playing each other. Would be a nice goalie battle to watch. A lot of action. Okay, there's going to be a lot of passing, a lot of shooting, probably unprecedented amount of shots in that series. So that would be fun to watch. But then I was thinking, well, do our boys need to heal from last year's upset from the Blue Jackets and take them on and beat them in the playoffs? So, I don't know. Jury's out. We're going to find out tonight who plays us. Okay, so, thinking about what were the top plays. In a losing game, it's hard to say what the top plays were, but I did find a few, right? First one was Vasilevskiy making the save when Hedman got injured. The announcers are like, whoop, there goes the Stanley Cup for Tampa. Okay. And while they were saying that, on camera was McDonough, like, making amazing D plays behind our net and around our net. So, I mean, we still have the former Rangers team captain as one of our defensemen. And so I really feel like, hey, it hurts to not have Hedman and Stamkos out on there, but I really think our group is seasoned. They're a bunch of seasoned veterans with a lot of skills, and I think we have the depth to handle a couple of injuries. Now, if Vasi goes down, that's going to be tough. Next top play, good old Tyler Johnson in the playoffs. Scores a goal for us, ends up being the only goal we'll score against the Flyers. And we scored on our second power play, and apparently we snapped the Flyers' 100% penalty kill record going into our game. Through all the round robins. I guess they killed something like 9 penalties in a row, and they didn't kill that one. So on the play where Johnson scored, it really started with Brayden Point. He made a brilliant play to keep it on the blue line. It was like he was doing a little dance, and the Flyers, there were a couple Flyers guys near him, and they couldn't figure out how to get the puck away from him. He ends up feeding it to Killorn down the boards, and then Killorn feeds a beautiful puck right in front of the net to where Johnson was. Johnson popped in the net, couldn't miss. Boom. Okay. That was it for top plays. That's all I got, guys. Okay, so fails. So, first period, am I right? The Lightning have had a history of kind of coming out slow in the first period and letting the other team get a couple goals on them. I don't know if I saw Tampa coming out slow necessarily, but the two teams compared to each other in the first period, I think the Flyers had something like 20 shots on net to our 6. So there's the story. I saw our guys look like they were getting outplayed basically 1/3 of the way into the first period, all the way to the end of the period. Our guys got outplayed. And the Flyers end up scoring 2 critical goals, which is pretty much, that's how they held the lead for the rest of the game. It was 3-1 all the way until the end of the game where they got an empty net goal. So, what could our guys have done differently? Well, it's really about game intensity. I don't know. Maybe they have to come out and be the better team and maintain that intensity. The second they let it up, they did come out. That's the funny thing. They did come out hard. They had the Gord, Coleman, Goodrow line flying around, pressing the Flyers, much like they did against the Capitals before. But the Flyers ended up adjusting at some point, and they brought it on, and our guys really floundered for the rest of the period. It was kind of sad to see. It made me think, should Coop call a timeout maybe? If they see our guys floundering out there, line after line, and it wasn't just one particular line or 2 particular lines, every line struggled against this Flyers offense for the rest of the period. maybe Cooper should take a timeout, reset the team, maybe move some people. I was thinking maybe Cirelli and Point should swap center positions. Maybe Point plays with Killorn, and maybe Cirelli plays with Palat and Kucherov. Did you guys see what I saw for one moment? Cirelli stayed a little late in his shift. He saw Kucherov out there on the ice, and he wanted to play with him and see if he could get a goal. They almost did. Cirelli pulled the puck into the zone. Kucherov slid to the slot, and Cirelli made a little button hook move and slid the puck perfectly on Kuch's stick so Kuch could get a scoring opportunity. Didn't end up scoring, but had he had a couple more chances like that, I bet Kuch would have. It made me think, maybe Cirelli should play with Kucherov. I know one thing about reading some interviews with Kucherov. He loves playing with players that are in sync with him. There's this synchronization. And he just says, listen, like he loved playing with Stamkos for a long time because Stamkos would almost read his mind and he could read Stamkos' mind and the puck would magically appear on each other's sticks. Well, I saw this little moment with Cirelli, and maybe that's a small adjustment. You messed up the Flyers bench and they don't know who to cover now. So I'd be curious moving through these playoffs if Cooper should do these on-the-fly adjustments if he sees our boys just getting outplayed temporarily. And it could be a temporary fix. You come out the next period after the break, and maybe you reset the lines back to where they were. I don't know. Just a thought I had. The other really big fail, Victor Hedman getting injured, in the first period. I don't know if you saw what I saw, but he went to the bench. He looked like he was in pain, and then finally he went to the locker room, and on his way, he was banging his stick. Now, his stick's pretty durable because I didn't see it break, but he slammed that thing on the side of where the seating is on his way to the locker room pretty hard, which means to me his ankle's not feeling good. So hopefully they can patch him up in time for maybe sometime later in the playoffs. He can come back. And hopefully the depth of our team can get us through the first round, maybe into the second round, but we're probably going to need him back later on, especially if we face the Flyers again. Next fail I saw, and it kind of hurts me to say this because actually I really like what Mitchell Stevens is doing, but you know what? He had a shot in the slot. It was his goal to score, and he whiffed. And this kind of reminded me of what Gord does sometimes when he finds himself with a puck in an empty net. It just doesn't get the job done. But again, it was a minor fail in my book, though, because, Mitchell Stevens is hustling. He's one of the guys that's always hustling and bringing a lot of energy to our team. Every shift he's out there. So, yes, he whiffed on a shot, and I'm going to call it a fail in this video because these are pros. In my book, the way I think about it, if you're in the NHL, you have played hockey your entire life. You have played every situation, everywhere. If there's a moment where you have an empty net and you have a chance to score, or in this case, the goalie was out of position, and you can score, you got to practice those situations too. Okay? If Cooper, if Coop's listening to this, I doubt it. But anyway, if he would listen to this, one of the things to practice is skate so fast you're out of control and barely able to maintain control of your skating. Have a puck kind of slide itself or bounce and wobble in front of the net and shoot that thing in the net while skating out of control. There's the practice. And then maybe Gord, Mitchell Stevens, and whoever else. Palat even. Well, Palat had a bouncing puck. He got unlucky. I like Palat a lot. A couple of these players, especially the younger ones, they need to stuff the net with this puck, all right? So I'm calling that a fail, but I do like Mitchell Stevens' play. Don't get me wrong. Another fail, the shot differential. Okay, here's another. I already mentioned that first periods for the Lightning, they have a history of letting the other team just outshoot them and sometimes outscore them. It was no different here. Once the Flyers found their game in the first period, I don't know, it was like 7 minutes in maybe. Oh my God, they outshot us like 20-6 after the end of the first period. It is ridiculous. And also they had pretty quality shots. I saw Vasilevskiy saving the puck off his pads 3 times in one play. And on the other side, our guys couldn't even get a shot off, or would miss the net or would just always hit one of the Flyers players. Flyers were blocking shots. And again, it's like, guys, you've been playing this your whole career. You have a chance to shoot on net. Find a way. Get that puck through traffic. Or drill it so freaking hard, the guy blocking the shot's going to think twice next time. Make that guy go off with a hard bruise and slam his stick on the freaking the rafters on the way out to the locker room. So anyway, that's a serious fail. Shoot not cute. I mean, I'm not saying they tried to get cute this game. They couldn't even get cute. Really, we weren't executing well that first period. It did change. Second and third periods, the Lightning came back. And really, they looked like the team we all love and adore, which was fantastic to see. But in that first period, it was a fail. Okay, now for some moments of eliteness. Our guys still had some moments of eliteness. So starting right away, beginning of the game, the Gord, Coleman, Goodrow line starts against Lautman. Excellent effort that kept the Flyers penned in their zone. That's excellent. I hope to see that every single game of this series. Just put those guys out there and tire the Flyers out. By the way, by the third period, I don't know if you saw this too, the Flyers were getting tired. We wore them out. So that part of our strategy works. And that is another thing the Lightning do well. They tire the other team out. We just can't allow those initial goals to come in against us. We have to tighten that D. We have to increase our intensity. Keep it even. Just keep it even. Once the other team's tired out, then we can get cute and get more shots on that. Another moment of eliteness, Anthony Cirelli, Rocco, is looking like himself again. I was really happy to see his effort, his speed, his playmaking. He's back. I feel good about Cirelli again. I even said that maybe Coop should have swapped him with Point and put him on the top line. Oh, he's young. He doesn't earn it. Please. Cirelli's that good. Try it out. Just saying. Try it out. Another moment of eliteness. Vasilevskiy. Sometimes you forget to give him credit in these games because he does his job so well so often. But again, when Hedman got injured, not only was it Hedman, but one of our D is gone, and it made a 2-on-1 situation against Vasilevskiy. Vasi stays cool, calm, collected, makes the save, makes a second rebound save, and kept going, kept making saves during that play while Hedman limped to the bench. The play kept going, the Flyers kept shooting. Vasi saved the day. Cannot forget about Vasilevskiy. So clutch. Let me throw another fail in here real quick. The quality of the ice. They have to do something. It probably contributed to Hedman getting hurt. The puck is bouncing, skipping for everyone, all over the place. And, Palat had a nice scoring opportunity. The puck just wouldn't settle down. It's bouncing and skipping. Yeah, that happens, but it's really bad out there. Another moment of eliteness, our penalty kill. Okay? Now, I might have said, listen, that first period, 5-on-5, our guys were giving up way too many shots, and we lost our defensive game that we've been training on all year long. But on the penalty kill, we are rock solid. I can't believe we don't have the number one penalty kill. I'm really surprised to hear that. I believe Boston has that right now. They're in that position. Our guys are impossible to score on. All right, not a moment of eliteness, but I got a kick. Did you see the Bud Light delivery commercial? BudLight.com/delivery. What? Okay, now on to stud of the game. Who was our stud of the game? We lost, but we had some players really play hard out there and play well. And it was kind of tough for me. For me, it was between Killorn and Mitchell Stevens. And I'm going to say Alex Killorn was the stud of the game. I saw Alex Killorn deliver a solid, consistent, high-effort, high-energy performance. But not only that, he made plays happen. He created scoring chances. He dug the puck out behind the net. He was like a ballerina out there on his skates, and I mean that in a good way. I mean, he was spinning and turning and cutting and making these little moves to totally befuddle the Flyers' defense and get that puck on someone's stick so they could shoot, or he himself was shooting on net. I love that. We need more of that, and that's one thing about Killorn that we need to keep in mind. He's probably the most consistent player on our team year after year. Go look up his stats. I did some prior Distant Lightning episode where I talked about that. It is incredible. Like his stat, and this season, apparently his stats are even higher than before. So he's just getting better. Killorn, stud of the game. All right, guys. So some of you might be watching tonight's game, the Maple Leafs against the Blue Jackets, 8 p.m. Eastern. Enjoy that game. Whoever wins that game plays us. So take notes, and I'm certainly going to watch at least the highlights and see what it's going to look like when we play one of those two teams next. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in on Distant Lightning, and we'll see you next time.